Good morning. I want to see the white lion there. Good morning.
Howdy.
Hi, there's Yasmin in the iPad. You can say hi to her now. Say good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, beautiful people.
It's a gorgeous morning. We had a weather event. We had rain, but it's not quite what other people have had. You had quite a weather event, correct?
We did. We still having quite a weather event. We're having a northeaster pass through us, and there's just tons of rain. But it's beautiful. We needed the rain too here, so I'm not complaining.
Yeah. Well, I'll show you what it looks like out there. And I'm in my office today because I was going to do it from the classroom, but oh look, there's a little raven going by. That's how beautiful it is out there. It's amazing. It'll be green soon.
That's amazing. Wow.
Mm-hmm. And look, there's Buster Keaton up there. And I totally forgot to get something to write with. I've got a pen right there. We'll wait for some people to come on. There's all sorts of things to talk about. We're still just totally loving what happened with the fall intensive. It was so beautiful and fantastic and absolutely delicious. I'm missing everybody. I know that all the people that were in one group joke that they're getting a tattoo because they will always be in that group together. But they're starting, all of them are starting AC level 1 tomorrow, animal communication level 1. So, because a lot of them are in the group that was new to me. So, and I'm having a lot of work done. People are doing my, I'm going to show you what's going on here. So, yeah, see, I'm getting a septic. Can you see that? Getting a new septic tank. Isn't that, it's not the sexiest way to spend your money, but a girl's gotta be able to.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So I was going to do this in the classroom, but it was much louder in the classroom. Yeah. So we're in here. Yeah. And that's Chris's husband. If Chris Wilson is on, that's Mike Wilson out there. And his son, Stephen. So when Chris comes on, we'll have to show her husband at work again. Is Chris on?
We've got people joining. Let's see. If Chris is on, say hi, Chris. We've got Leslie Williams. We've got Rebecca Winters. Hello, hello. We've got Robin Leslie. Hi from Seattle.
Good morning from Seattle.
Hi. Yes. Joyce Lee Leggett. Hi, Joyce.
Hello.
Jump in and tell us where you're joining from.
Good morning, Ayat. I can see Ayat joined. I was just talking about how delicious it was that we're still all kind of recovering from the intensive. And so what I was saying is that there's the group A was the group that's new to me, meaning they may or may not be beginners, but they were new to me. And so it was kind of a mixed group. And then group B was the people that have been with me for a while, and group C was the group that is closest to graduating. So group A, the people that want a tattoo about being group A forever, they are going to, they start AC level 1 tomorrow. It's a really fun group. And then like Ayat is in class today in advanced animal communication, and they're working on animal medical intuition. And right now, so for the first 6 weeks of animal medical intuition, they work on humans. They get good at going through the physical body, and that way they get massive verification on the spot, and they can see if they got what is going on for the human, and eventually you start pulling it all together, and you can understand, like, oh, that's an old injury, or at one time you had a blocked valve, you know what I mean? Like, you can start to determine down the road what is old and what is present, or acute and chronic. So anyway, it really is starting next week, I think. I run it for the next 6 weeks, and it's all animals, and I've got a whole pile of great situations already set up. So an AC level 1 starts tomorrow, and I'm on for that. So I'm very excited to meet. There's a lot of people that I know because they were at the intensive, or I've known over the years because they came on a dolphin trip, like Heidi, who's usually, I don't know if Heidi's on today, but then there's several people I don't know. So there's an 11 a.m. and a 5 p.m. If you're inclined to join, it's going to be awesome. We do 12 weeks of absolutely verifiable readings. Even if you joined tomorrow, you would get a quick brush up. You'd get a lot of information to be able to help you jump in. We go very slowly the first day, but there's some people that will have more experience than you and some people that won't, but all ships rise with the tide, and it's amazing. It's an amazing class. And different teachers. Eventually I won't ever teach this class, but I'm teaching tomorrow, and I'm going to jump in for a few Q&As, and then I teach the last class. So this may be the last time people get me. I'll always come in and say hi, but so that's that. And then we have energy healing for animals in 2 weeks, 2 Thursdays, and that's 10 weeks of classroom that's intense, but it's also a ton of homework, and so you get really good at tapping and EFT. And for the next 2 weeks here in the Facebook group, we'll really dig back into energy, because if you are new to me, first of all, if you're new to me, my name is Joan Ranquet, and I'm an animal communicator and author, TEDx speaker, and founder of Communication with All Life University. And the school is here for people to learn animal communication, energy healing, nature and wildlife. We're really developing a lot of bodywork courses. We've got acupressure with Jill and Joan. So there's a little bit of something for everybody. And soon, wildlife trips. Yay! I will have the sales page for Kenya up in about 2 or 3 days. Anyway, if you are new to this group, there are a ton of free bits and pieces in here. We did, last summer we did Energy Healing for Animals Masterclass, and that's going to go for sale pretty quickly. So if you want to jump into that, find it now in the units. What we also have in the units, the Energy Healing for Animals book club. But I thought the next 2 Tuesdays we'll do a little energy healing refresher, and then I've got some other fun things planned for after that. And it's not too early to talk about the fact that there's, tomorrow starts animal communication, the next week starts, or in 2 weeks starts energy healing for animals. But, last year we did something really magical called 12 Days of Giving, and we have a big discount and bonus for the, of course, for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. But the 12 Days of Giving is pretty magical, wouldn't you say, Yasmin?
It is so magical. It's so magical, and even more than that, it's just so inspiring to be able to take part and help and be part of the great help of all these incredible organizations that you've partnered with. I just love it. I find it so inspiring, and it's such a beautiful gift. I don't know about anybody else, but I am not in for Christmas shopping and buying crap. Excuse my French, sorry, but I just want to give something meaningful to people. And
that's not French. Crap is not French. French is merde.
Merde, thank you. I just don't know how far I can go, but I just love it, Joan. In short, period. I just love that because they're meaningful gifts and it makes me and others feel so good. So that's
and the 12 days of giving, like we have discounts on classes, and most of the money goes to an organization. So, for example, if you have a friend that loves orcas, you can adopt them an orca, and another friend gets to talk to the animals. I can't remember what everything is paired with, but all of the classes are paired with something. So or you just do it for yourself. You get a discount on the digital courses and do it for yourself.
Yeah.
So anyway, I will remind you that there are plenty of gift opportunities with the 12 days of giving. So each day, first 12 days of December, we have a different gift, a different digital course discounted, paired with adopting a gibbon or something. So anyway, it's very, very fun and magical. And last year was off the charts, and I have a feeling this year is going to be even better. So I hope you'll hold off, especially if you have a lot of animal-loving friends, which I'm sure you do. Anyway, so that's my plug for that. Anything else? Is anyone here?
Yes, there are tons of people that have jumped on in the last 5 and 7 minutes.
Okay.
Wow. Let me see. Hi, Kaya.
Hi,
Group
Kaya.
A was the best.
Group A. Oh, wait. Wait, I see Chris right now. Chris, I want you to see. I already showed everybody that your husband is... oh, he's not in there. Anyway. Oh, yeah, there he is. There's Chris's husband. I'm getting a new septic. Hooray. Okay. So, everybody needs a new septic. And if you do, call Chris's husband.
Hi, Chris's husband. Oh my God, that's so cool.
Yeah, grab a pen while I'm here. Who else is here?
Well, let's see. We've got Susie Morrow Reed. Hi, Susie.
Hi, Susie.
Chris Juliana Castillo. Hi.
Hi.
Rebecca Winters.
Hello.
And Rebecca's requesting a reading for her horse Bodhi.
Okay.
So we'll be getting to that for sure, Rebecca. Let's see, Jane Wu. Good morning, Jane. Kristen Hayberg. Hi there.
Hi, Jane. Hi, Kristen.
Kate Howard. Shannon's on with us, of course, the great Shannon.
Of course. Good morning,
Tanya
Shannon.
Hoffey. Oh, Tanya says 12 Days of Giving was amazing. I love my adopted family.
Oh, who did you adopt?
Tell us who you adopted, Tanya. That's so beautiful. And Chris also said, I love the 12 days. I've got a great Jill and Joan class. Yeah. There's some amazing deals. Yeah, it's so cool.
Not just, it's not just my classes. Some of them are Jill and Joan. And right now we have so many digital classes. So it could be mine, could be Jill and Joan. All sorts of fun stuff.
It's so cool. Kate says, I want in on the 12 days for sure.
Okay, good.
My sister just acquired a kitten and a horse. So yes, you'll want them. You'll want some of the digital classes. Just up and down between Kia and Kristen. Yay, Group A.
Group A. I'm telling you, they're getting
their own little bands out.
Yeah, they're getting a tattoo. I know it. Okay, so we can get down to business. What is Rebecca's horse's name? How old? And how long have you had your horse? And breed. It'd be fun to know what breed.
And then while you're about that, there's another request. So the same thing goes for Juliana Castillo. I'd like to get a reading for one of our cats as well.
Okay.
If you can type in the comments the name, age.
Oh my God.
And then Kate, see how.
Wait, before you get to that, read what Tanya said.
About 10 animals. Cow, gibbon, cheetah, lion, koala. That's who you adopted? That is so awesome.
That's awesome.
Freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Such a good, happy feeling.
Oh.
Kate says, wondering if you can check in with my parakeet Pixel again. I got him a friend on your nudge, and I'm wondering how it's going and the sex of new bird we call Poppy.
Okay.
Do you need any more info there, Joe, for her to type in?
Pixel and Poppy? Ages.
Pixel and Poppy.
Okay.
Ages.
So
okay.
Let's go back to the horse. Do we have any info on the horse?
Yeah, Bodhi. Bodhi, quarter horse, about 15. He's been with me for 4 years.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm wondering a few things, but in general, he just kept saying, "I'm such a good guy. I'm such a good guy. I'm such a good guy. I'm such a good guy." And so, when I hear that, I think that there may be a chance that you just constantly say, "Oh my God, he is such a good guy," or something along these lines. Like he really almost parrots back what you say and what you feel and what you think. And I don't know if you had a horse before him that was a little bit more naughty or a little more wild, but it seems like you guys have been a safe place for each other to land. That's what he just keeps saying, that you've maybe you both came from a place of mistrust. I don't know. It just seems like whatever it is that you're doing now, you're in a groove, and he's well, you fell in love. There may have been a time where it wasn't quite what it was supposed to be, but you always loved each other. And the reason I say that is he said that you guys had a great start, and then there were moments of stopping. So I don't know if that was because you were working too much, or you weren't getting out there, or I also had a sense of his body needed adjusting. So I don't know if you had to adjust to each other or if he got an adjustment, but adjustment kept coming up. Physically, I feel like, so anyway, he's the greatest guy on the planet, and what's not to love about him, right? He's just a solid, I kind of call it a meat and potatoes guy, but now I would call it a vegan meat and potatoes guy. He's totally, yeah. I think he'd go through fire for you. That said, I think that if there was anything going on, I have a sense that at some point a little while ago he may have been off of his feet. I feel like he's very sensitive to barometric pressure shifts. I don't know where in the world you live, but it feels like it's a little bit up and down and all around. And then the other thing is, and I don't know if this was some sort of an infection, a tooth infection or something, but it feels like something old happened way deep a long time ago, like when he was really young. But it's affected even just how he kind of turns this way. So sometimes going around to the left is a little bit of a but going around to the right feels good because he's getting that stretch. And I feel like there's a little bit of heat around his sacrum, which causes on occasion that there's a little hitch to his giddy up. And that's it. That's what I got. He could not love you more, and I'm feeling you would say the same thing about him. Okay. All right, we did have a great start, and then he bucked me unconscious since I have been trying to figure him out physically. All right, okay. There's the stop. We had a moment of stopping. There you go. Okay, so let's like I said, I don't know if this was an infection that inflamed everything, and not that it would have affected development of muscles, but I just feel like there's something so going on from the left jaw all the way down the right neck to the right shoulder. That's one section, Rebecca, that is separate from the hips. So in the sacrum, I feel like it's almost inflamed. And maybe I heard the word adjustment because you guys had to adjust to each other. And he needs an adjustment. I don't know. But I wish that Cindy Atwood, the vet that's just came on a moment ago, lived near you. If you're in Maine, she could help you. But anyway, I don't know where you live and what... okay, what I'm... Okay. So he may have had kissing spine. That makes a lot of sense. Oh boy. I have a cat outside. How did I have a cat outside? Get in.
Rebecca, thanks for your comments while Joan's checking on her cats. I can see that you say lately he seems to need another chiropractic adjustment. I think it may be kissing spine. He did have a hidden wolf tooth early on that was removed. And you're in Tennessee. And you are spot on. I'll read that to Joan. I don't know if she can hear while she's busy seeing what's going on outside. For anybody else who does want a reading, I'm just going back in the comments. Lucy, can you give us a little bit more details on your 13-year-old Chihuahua Harley? Well, maybe that's all Joan needs, really, his name and age. Kate, I've got all your details. I'll read them to you. Joan?
If you could just
Yes.
keep reading, talking. I've got to get that cat.
Sure. Let's see what other comments we have. Francois, we got your comments. If you could connect with my 4-year-old Bernese mountain dog. We'll get to that. We hope to get to all the readings today. Let's see who else. Christine, we got your comment. We'll get to that as well, if we can. Oh, okay. And Susie Morrow, yep. It's like a tan or inflammation, jaw, neck, heat. Okay. So if Joan can't get to any of your readings today or all of the readings today, you can always reach out to the students that are going through her programs in Communication with All Life University, and they are amazing. They are being taught by Joan and Joan's graduates, and they need to do case studies to graduate from the program. So they are offering their services for free and their readings for free to be able to communicate with your animals and write a case study for Joan's program. So I will make sure to put the information in the comment below, so that if we don't get your readings, you could readings with Joan's students. Let's see. Is the video working? Yes, Joan is. She went invisible. Okay, Joan, I, as I understand it, is having a problem with her cats. I think that there is a cat that ran away. Hey, look who's come in.
Yeah.
What happened, Joan?
I don't know. She was outside.
Oh, no.
I don't know how she got outside. I have a friend staying here. There may have been a door open. But
Who is that?
it's Francesca. So she ran under my car. Ran under my car. And then after that, she ran around the house, past all the workers, and then ran up into a tree. So I climbed the tree and caught her.
And so this is where you were while we were wondering, where is Joan?
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Anyway,
She's
there's
so beautiful.
too many hawks and stuff outside. So much for my clean clothes, climbing a tree. But a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do, right? Okay, so where were we? Rebecca and Bodie.
Yes. So she had a few.
Wait. Mind you, I did get the cat inside. There were plenty of swear words along the way. Anyway, go ahead.
I do not doubt that. So Rebecca said, think it may be kissing spine. He did have a hidden wolf tooth early that was removed. Rebecca says she's in Tennessee, and you are spot on, Joan. And thank you so much, Joan. That's what we have from Rebecca.
Yeah, so when I opened my eyes and saw my cat outside, I was like, there was an inner swear word that starts with an F. But anyway, so I apologize for the disturbance. But what I was going to say is that the kissing spine makes a lot of sense, because if I were to say where I think the kissing spine is, I would sense that it is probably up toward the rib cage, at the end of the rib cage, and then you've got inflammation that happens almost like it spreads out like that through the sacrum. And I feel like, I could be wrong, that right hind is what is the hitch and the giddy up. And if the right hind is the hitch and the giddy up, it's hard to say if that whole left side was affected by the wolf tooth or what. But I think that wolf tooth did more than you know, as far as just creating almost like a, on both sides of the neck. Hey, stop. Penelope, I know. There were cat treats. Let it go. As far as there just is some real armor in front, and it could be protection from the tooth, but it also could be protection from that spine. But, you know, I mean, I know plenty of people that have still figured it out with kissing spine. Chiropractic, it seems like that's a regular. I know someone that injected. You know, I have a company. I'm a co-founder of a company called Jill and Joan CBD. Maybe we could put Jill and Joan in there, which would stop the inflammation. And because I think in addition to the kissing spine, you've got a whole lot going on in the sacrum, Okay, all my cats are all on high alert. I had to do a cat count also because I thought if one got out, and I don't know how she got out, but
There's another, hang on, just
wait, we had to get to Parakeet, Poppy, and Pixel.
Yes, so let me read to you first from here from Juliana Castillo about the cat, and then we'll get to the parakeet. We have adopted a cat a year ago and have not been able to join her with our other two cats. Her name is Tilly, and she seems to suffer from anxiety. We have them separated for now. They can see each other through a screen. We'd like to know how to help them get along and live in the same space. Initially, it was going well getting them together, but she had a fight with one of our other cats one day when we were not right there, and it has been really hard to get them together since then. Tilly seems to want to play with our other cats, but they seem scared of her.
Okay. Well, since I'm in that, then get the Pixel and Poppy information ready next.
Yes.
How old is Tilly? I'm listening. I'm checking windows.
Let's see.
And how many other cats? All my animals think that they get to sneak out now.
Let's wait for Juliana to get back to us. She's about 3, she says. And how many other cats? Two other cats, they're both females.
So Tilly feels that she's very beautiful. She's like a little flower. She also feels very much like there's pressure. She feels the pressure of stuff that goes on for you in life, Julianne, and also, or Juliana. Also, it feels like, so she's very sensitive. And it feels like one of your other cats is very sensitive as well. And it feels like what happens is she feels like because she can't see or isn't aware or is kept separate, it's almost like there's a monster on the other side of the door, which isn't helping that feeling. So as much as keeping them separate is necessary on the one hand, I think there might be ways, and I have no idea what that looks like, whether it's the two cats in a big crate or her in a big crate, or somehow where they have to be around each other a little more, because I feel like there's not more of a division being made, but there's something that she fears on the other side because of what has happened. The other cat feels like she is equally as sensitive, and that because she's that sensitive, who's doing what job? So in many ways, I feel like there's the things that make Tilly Tilly is that she's very, very beautiful, very sweet, very playful, very fun, very wants to please you, but has a mind of her own, like all cats do. She's a lover and a daydreamer, and feels terrible that you feel badly. So I think one of the things that happens when we have a situation like this is we feel a great amount of guilt. And I talk about this a lot in my classes, and especially the energy healing for animals. When you have guilt, you're creating such a rift between yourself and the animal and other animals. So I think step one, if you could release some of the guilt and just say, yep, we live separately for right now, and start, you'll know you're the better, you know your animals better than I do, but finding ways that they each have individuality, individual jobs, individual beingness that would be able to coexist, because, you can have, I have 4 cats, one who I almost was down to 3 cats a few minutes ago. I have 4 cats and 3 dogs, and there's some have different sensitivities, and yet we all coexist. So I have lots of ideas about that sort of thing in my book, Energy Healing for Animals, as far as the back goes into like maybe flower essences, things like that. But in the meantime, I think that finding really seeing what the difference is between your 2 overly sensitive cats so that they could be in the same space. But I don't think it was the overly sensitive that she went at it with. But I think those 2 are quite a pair. So I hope that all makes sense. That's what I got. I know we've got to do Pixel and Poppy, but
Pixel and Poppy.
What has Juliana?
No comments so far from her. Let's see, Pixel and Poppy. Here, I had it written down. Pixel and Poppy. Wondering if you can check in with my parakeet Pixel again. I got him a friend on your nudge, and I'm wondering how it's going and the sex of the new bird we call Poppy. Pixel is about 1.5 years. Poppy is under 1 year. Thank you, Joan, for sharing your time and your gifts.
So my sense with Pixel is that all of a sudden I had this sense that Pixel was all of a sudden became like a showman, like the star of a Broadway show, and singing and dancing, and like, in other words, a one-bird show. Suddenly, Pixel, who seemed to want a friend, wants all the attention. But that said, I think that there's some appreciation of the company, and there's anyway, I feel like they both might be a little bit demanding for the minute. And Poppy, I have a more feminine sense, but it could be, sometimes, just like with people, you have more feminine males and more Duda-ish females. So, I feel like Poppy has a female sense, but also I feel like the Pixel got bigger as a result of all this, and Poppy's over here saying, but I deserve attention too, batting eyelashes. So I feel like, they're going to work it out, but it's right now a little bit of a competition for your attention and maybe for position in the cage, things like that. But I think that it's still a worthy cause, even if it sounds loud. And I think that that's just how they're working it out. I feel like there are some cute moments and then some stuff. So I think it's great that you got Poppy a friend, or Pixel a friend, and got Poppy. Anyway, excuse me. I've been dealing with dust. Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, so Juliana got back in the comments. Thank you so much. Spot on the sensitivity of the other cat. I do have lots of guilt because of that, so I'll work on it. It's awesome.
Yeah, and it's funny because when we just drop the guilt, and I always say, what if you dropped it for 10 minutes or an hour or 2 hours and just saw how different our animals are around us when we drop that thing that's such a habit. I mean, we wear guilt like an old coat. We wear anxiety like a too tight for us coat. And the minute you drop that stuff, it's amazing what can happen around us. So, there you go. What time is it?
Do you have time for a few more? It's coming up to 1:45 here on East Coast.
Yeah, and I want to just say, I know that a lot of my people have to jump off to the advanced class, to medical intuition, with Tanya. Tanya's teaching today. I talked to her last night all about class, and then it's her first medical intuition. And it's very fun for the teachers, because they get to start with their own peers with the medical intuition, and then they get to do AC level 1 next January or February, and then so there's all sorts of fun things ahead for everybody in the program. So Tanya's teaching today, and I see that there's something about Pixel.
Kate says, I see Pixel became bigger, and it was confusing as I thought I was giving him what he needed. The concern now is not wanting babies, so I was wondering if Puppy is female.
It feels like there's more of a feminine sense, so I don't know, but the bigger thing, it was this Broadway star, like I saw, dun, 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 crazy, like, I'm it. And again, I think that's just establishing the territory, and maybe that's the proof in the pudding that, Poppy's just a more effeminate male. Because it seems like, there would be if there were babies to be had, that would back down and there'd be a sexy Pixel. And if there's no sexy Pixel, then maybe Poppy's a boy. But I do feel like there's just competition for you, competition for the space, the sort of thing that would happen out in the wild, this is my tree. So I think that eventually, if you know that he's just being him and that he still needs then a lot of attention, but so does Poppy. Poppy's got a sweetness. You know, being able to feed both of those without it taking away from the other is going to help. I think that's, you know, going to be the ticket there. Sexy Pixel. Pixel is sexy, come on, but maybe not being sexy with Poppy. Anyway, they're cute. We'd love pictures of everyone, please. Pictures of everyone, please.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So before, so a lot of people have to go here in a minute. And I just wanted to say that carry on and do great work. My AC level 1 people can stay on if I go a few minutes over, since I had to go chase a cat down. It was a wild live, I tell you, a wild live. Because I was in slippers running around my house, cussing, and I finally climbed a tree and caught the cat. So there you go. If you could have seen me, that would have been its own Facebook Live. But because also we've got workers out there. Kooky. It's that kind of day. So what I was going to say also is I just want to remind people also, if they have to go at the top of the hour, if I keep doing readings, that we have AC level 1 starting tomorrow. If you want if you're even curious about that, again, it's 12 weeks of deliciousness, 12 weeks of getting animal communication. You know, you start reading right tomorrow. It's not like we wait till like 3 classes in, or what a lot of other people do, and say, you know, do all this theory and talking. You can get the theory and the online information. The minute you sign up, there's 12 weeks of a whole home study course. So plenty of theory. But my feeling is, if you want to communicate with animals, then communicate with animals. And that's what we start doing right off the bat. So if you're on the fence, if you're someone that works with animals presently, if you're a vet tech, a groomer, a trainer, something, and you don't want to change careers, this is a great class for you to really get good at this, to add on to what you're already doing. But it's a great class if you're even secretly thinking about doing animal communication. And if you want to be an animal communicator, then you better call Shannon today. Then if, you know, these are all interesting to you, these sort of developments in your current career, but you'd rather do energy, we have that class starting in 2 weeks, 2 Thursdays from now. So in the next 6 weeks, through, really, we've got a break for holidays, but I mean, it's game on with the school. We're Tuesdays advanced, Wednesdays AC level 1, and Thursday will be the energy healing for animals. So we will be in full on. I will be glued to Zoom. I'll be here and Zoom, but it'll be very fun. It is fun. So anyway, please reach out to Shannon, info@joanranquet.com. She's happy to get you all set up. And even if you think that you can't do it tomorrow, but you want to join we have a class starting again the first week of February, get going with Shannon now, especially if you need a payment plan, because if you started tomorrow, if you didn't start tomorrow, but you talk to Shannon, you could have like a 6 or 9 month payment plan to get into that class. So that's, you know, if you don't want to start tomorrow, or you don't feel like you can start November 7th for the energy healing, it all goes again and again and again, and you can have an amazing payment plan to get into the AC level 1 in February or end of April, and then we do the energy healing for animals again in May. And then also, not to confuse anybody, but if you've already taken AC level 1 and you haven't joined the big program, we will be running animal medical intuition again. You'd be eligible for that in January. And we will be running in April an animal behavioral. So there is so much stuff coming up. We have also nature and wildlife starting in March. So stay tuned. Big fun. Who's sending hearts? Is that Shannon? Pew pew.
So many people are sending hearts.
Okay. It looks like pew 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 pew
pew pew pew hearts. Joan, question: if people want to get in touch with your students in the program to do free animal readings with their case studies, what is the email that they can send a request to?
Sessions at joanranquet.com.
Sessions at joanranquet. Okay. Guys, because I got a few questions in the comments, so I'm posting that right now.
I didn't warn the tree that some branches were going to come down. There's going to be some tree hugging tonight. Shannon, are you saying yes to pew pew? Okay. Do I have another reading?
Yeah. Let's see who we have. One more I think we have time for. Lucy, I'm just doing this in order, guys. So, whoever was first in the comments, second, third. So Lucy says, Lucy Wigton, good morning. I was hoping I can get a quick reading on my 13-year-old Chihuahua, Harley.
Okay, and then real quick, if she could type in, Lucy, if you could type in how long you've had Harley and who else lives in the household, and then that will help. So much mud got tracked in when I chased a cat around the entire house. Twice. And a rock just came out of my slipper, if you heard that little bonk.
We don't have anything back from Lucy yet. I'm checking. So Lucy, how long have you had Harley, and who else is living in the household? Lucy says, since he was a puppy in 2008, and there are 4 adults and 1 other dog.
Okay, well, Harley says that he is good, that he's, yeah, I feel like Harley is, well, first and foremost, I have a sense that Harley is a sweetheart and he has a sweet heart. So but he also has a tough side. Like, he would love the world to think that he really lives up to his name, Harley. But pretty quickly, if you look into his eyes, you see this sweet heart, and that he is a sweetheart. So he's very much tries to be the dude and aloof, but all you have to do is look at him. I feel like for the first time in his life, he recognizes, like, he's been almost like a little bullet, like, choom! He's very quick. And I feel like, I don't know if there was a leg strain and an old dental thing, or a recent dental thing, but it feels like there have been a few things, little things, not big, and I wonder a little bit about the heart, that have made him aware that even though in his mind, his heart, and his soul, he's full of life, that there's, his body might not be catching up to that energy. And so I think that's been a shock to his system, if you will. But he still thinks he's doing great. So I don't think any of it. It just is kind of what it is. It feels like he loves to take care of you, Lucy, but there's someone else that's struggled a bit in the household that he's been very mindful of and taking care of. But Lucy, he's all over everything that's going on with you. I don't know if you've had some recent setbacks with work or something, but he's just very much he's just absolutely your guy and your cheerleader. So no matter what you do, he's with you 150%. So if you need to take time out, he would love it if you just laid around. So that's what I get. He's encouraging you to take a time out. I don't know if you have anything you need to take a time out from, but he would like it because he'd like to just hang. So that's what I get.
She says, Lucy says, yes, 100% correct with dental and heart concern.
Yeah, it's so funny that there's a whole dental theme going on today. But I do feel like, the heart is what is catching him off guard. Like, I don't know if it's a breathing, like, a quick needing a breath, but there's something that's making him aware that he's not on fire like he once was. And literally, I think he was a fireball, and now I think he's a beautiful flame of love. So that's what I get. What I wanted to point out also to the people that are animal communicators that are in the program or want to be animal communicators, just like I had today, like two things that involve dental. I always joke that there's a theme. There can be theme days. Like, I've had days where it's like everybody was named like Chris, Christine, Chris, Kristen. Like, literally every client was named that. Or every dog was named Harley. Or everybody had a dental. So it's funny for people to see this at work because it will happen in your career. So what did Lucy have to say?
Lucy came back and said, okay, I will definitely get him checked out again. And just thank you very much, Joan.
Yeah, and it may not be anything. It just may be that it slowed him, that he was just caught off guard, that he could be slowed down. Look, I know someone the other day, 39, thinks he's on top of the world, rode a mechanical bull because he thinks he could, and hurt himself. Like, I think especially guys think that they've got the world, and then it's shocking when it's more shocking, I think, for men and for male animals when these things sort of slow down than it is for females. And so I just think he may be fine. But that, and I would check It seems like there's an old little right groin. I don't know if he slid or like kind of did the splits at some point when he was young, but it feels like there's still maybe a little, not scar tissue, but just a reminder every now and then. And that could be contributing to it too. So anyway, that's that.
Fantastic. Well, we're on the hour now, and I did post the link to send an email request if they want free readings with your students.
Yeah, and I love doing this, so I'll do it probably in about a month. We'll do it again. I've got some other things planned, like some healing stuff. I know that a lot of people requested stuff around global healing, and I'm whipping something huge up. In the meantime, though, if you want to, the concern about animals, whether it's factory farming or poaching, trophy hunting, animals that have been experimented on in labs, all the animals that aren't being adopted. Look, there's Queen Latifah. There she is, Miss Gorgeous. All those things. We could do a little compassion fatigue tapping next week, and really talk about how to use our energy, how we want to be the emotional leaders in the planet. Our practice is here at home, but how are we going to be emotional leaders for the planet? So I really want to do that next week, and the following week we're going to really look at energy fields, what our energy field is doing, being. So we've got some fun things planned for the next 2 weeks, a couple more things, some guests coming up. So stay tuned, but I would say in about 4 to 5 weeks, we'll do some free readings again, so stay tuned. And there's Kristen. Yay, tapping for next week. Kristen, you've been so on my mind. I can't wait to see you tomorrow in class. So anyway, thank you everybody for joining. If you still want to get into AC Level 1, we've got a couple spots left. More in the 5 p.m. because that 11 p.m. is pretty much full. And I'm glad that I've been running around with this rock in my slipper after chasing the cat. And I want to thank everybody. And, Rebecca, I'd love to get...
Sorry, I did post Shannon's contact info at joanranquet.com.
This rock.
If anybody wants
this rock. It's the size of Queen Latifah's head. Anyway.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I climbed a tree in the middle of a Facebook Live that nobody saw. Right out there, okay? Anyway, all the people that shared their animals with us today, thank you so much. And Rebecca, I really, I don't know where in Tennessee you are, but I'd love to see you get some help for that kissing spine. And everybody, please, I need pictures of Pixel and Poppy and Bodie and Harley. Please, please, please. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you all.